Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the adventures of Mr. Anansi and Mr. WP. As you can see, we don't have Will today, but we got Lola, one of my good friends from college. We've stayed friends after college, and I've you know I've I've traveled to see Lola in London. When I went, she was there, so we end up kicking it. It was pretty fun. So
Yeah.
I know she's been doing some crazy traveling outside of that. So I decided to have her on today since we don't have Will. So it should be hopefully a fun episode. This episode 11. Good to be back for the new year, and I'm pretty excited. Today, I'm gonna have to do the fun fact that Will usually does, and as usual, it's sponsored by nobody. So bring your sponsorship over here. Once we get going, we're gonna start doing that. And I don't think Will would like me trying to get sponsors for his fun facts. Since it's Black History Month, I'm gonna do a fun fact, not a fun fact, but a fact about Black History Month and a black soldier. So, black a black U.S. soldiers were recognized for their services by the French from World War One, 90 years before the U.S. did. So it's kind of crazy
Well,
that right. So 90 years they recognized it 90 years before the U.S. recognized them. So that
hmm
goes to show you what they think of the accomplishment and helping them in World War One. So with that being said, um, it sucks, but we move on. We grow, and hopefully better. Hopefully in the future they kind of fix that and they correct it. They don't wait 90 years
yeah.
for for the next one. Um, okay, so Lola, what have you been up to during this crazy pandemic? I think we are fully in March. Would be a full year since
hmm
they forced everybody to be kind of like at home. So,
That's
um,
crazy. I feel like this year has been better personally and mentally. I feel like the last year I was in a complete
mm,
different headspace because everyone was
yeah,
just like, what is going on? Like, is this virus gonna like hit my area? What am I gonna do? It was just so much uncertainty. And I feel like this year, I feel like there is a level of uncertainty, but you kind of just got used to it, I guess. Um,
I see
but
what you
yeah,
mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's like you know what to expect.
uh-huh.
You know what to expect because you're here. You're like either at your house or if you're not like one of those people that have to like go into the office or have to be you're like super important that you have to be um, with people. I feel like everybody else at this point should be like have a routine.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's been like almost a year. You should have a routine. So
I still think that I don't have like a solid routine.
really,
Like it's been a year and I'm still like struggling a bit. It's definitely gotten better, but I haven't like narrowed down like a super structured routine. I just like wake up and see how it goes. Like
uh-huh.
I kind of like squeeze in like working out and then I have my calls and
Uh-huh.
then but like every morning is different for me. I like don't have like a super structured routine of what I'm doing.
Really? Okay. I tried for a bit with the like working out in the morning.
Yeah.
Um, and then I realized like for many years, um, I had to like wake up super early, like at 5 a.m. to catch a train or like a van to work. So I'm like,
hmm
let me actually enjoy this and sleep in,
Yeah.
and
It's
sleep
the
in.
best.
Right. I'm like, let me enjoy this and sleep in because if I try to kind of keep the same schedule, I'm gonna be like, cause I was burnt out every time I got home. I didn't want to work out or
hmm
do anything, cause you get home like at 6:30 when you commute
Yeah.
back and forth. Um, but yeah, so I tried the whole routine like this, you know, wake up, work out, eat, start my day with my work.
Yeah.
After work, it's like, what do you do? And then like,
It's so hard for me to wake up early. I feel like I try because like
mm,
I want to get the workout in and then just like not worry about it. But sometimes how like my first call of the day is at 8:30 in the morning, and
yeah,
like it'll be like 8:15, and I'm still in bed, And then like by 8:20, I'm like, you really need to wake up, like turn off this laptop.
It's like 8:29. You're like typing in. I don't know if you use VDN. Like you're typing in the stuff for your like your VDN trying to log into your work.
Yeah.
Oh
And they'll
man.
be like, oh, like we encourage like employees to turn on their cameras. I'm like, nope.
Definitely not doing that. Not today. Like I think
Yeah.
I sent you this meme where there was this person like literally having a full course meal,
Oh
while on
yeah.
Zoom. Like he was like chefing up, grilling on the skillet or something like that. I feel like
Yep.
that's a lot of people now in the pandemic. Like they have like they're cooking on the side with
Hmm.
their laptop and while they're making their breakfast.
I swear I feel like that's why this year they're sort of enforcing like having your camera on, because I feel like many like managers and bosses have caught up to like this trend. So like if they don't have the camera turned on,
Yeah.
they're probably doing something else. So they want your whole focus. So that's why I feel like they want you to have your cameras on. I don't know.
But you know what? You know what? It's okay. Like I get it, but it's like why? You know, like
Yeah.
why? Like there's some points where sometimes you sit in these meetings, you don't say anything for like a good
Mhm.
30 minutes.
Mhm.
So let this person have their moment. Let them like
Let them do
get
something else.
yeah. Let them like before they have to like hop on this call. You know, but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
very. I think I'm grateful at least with this, like you were saying, like mentally and like a lot of things came that was good individually. Like you started working on, right? So it's like
Mhm.
you really had to sit with yourself and like
Yeah.
figure things out. Like oh my god. Well, I hope a lot of people did that, but
Mhm.
you never know. So
Yeah.
what did you do for like some of the? I know you do yoga, right? And you have your is it power yoga?
Yes. So I've been practicing yoga for it's gonna be 5 years now, which is crazy. I've been practicing for 5 years. And last year I decided to finally go for that certification. So I'm like a certified 200 RYT yoga instructor.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm just like teaching here and there. I have a friend of mine that like I teach her like every week. And then
Mm-hmm.
recently at work, I did like a Zoom class for like
Mm-hmm.
my coworkers, which was really nice. So yeah, I'm just kind of like trying to get exposure and try to like build up a small clientele.
I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? It's like at your own pace. You don't have to like rush it. You know, you get that client. It's like you get it. It will come because it's like the good thing is everybody now is trying to find something to do to like be
Hmm.
active. So I feel
Yeah,
like it's gonna grow regardless of like how like aggressive you push. Because everybody,
definitely.
cause I tried some of the back stretches you gave me. It's
Yeah.
good, but I'm not that flexible. And I'll be dying. I'm like, yeah, no. I feel like after like I think one was like hold it for like 15 seconds. I was like, I can't make to that 15
You're like, no, this is too much.
seconds. I'm like, I need to relax. I'm gonna do 10. I'm gonna try 15 next time, but I'm gonna do 10. But I've been doing it. I've been doing it. I'm
That's
trying.
good.
I'm trying. Next is to be able to like touch my toes. You know, it's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I was a kid. So
you got this. I have faith in you.
the day I touch my toes, man, I'm gonna pop champagne. You know, so
Yeah.
without like, oh my god, you know, just simple, just straight down, touch it. You know, pop champagne, move on. Don't even do it again to embarrass yourself. Just once and keep it moving. So that's that's the goal. Are you like where else have you been like going, or are you like staying home, just doing the yoga and working? Have you been traveling, in this
Well,
pandemic?
2020 was a very interesting year, of course, with like the pandemic and everything. It's kind of crazy, but like 2020 was the first year in like a really long time that I didn't travel anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
which is wild. I haven't seen an airport in like a year. I haven't, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I was definitely like very sad at first because
Mhm.
I had a bunch of trips planned for 2020 and they were all canceled because of coronavirus, and I wasn't comfortable like traveling anyways. So I definitely was very sad. I was like, what am I gonna do and whatever, and I would like, stay a lot of the time in my room. And then like this light bulb like turned on. I was like, wait a second, like you're in an island, like you have a lot of things that around you that you can do. You have beaches, like you can explore, and little by little, I started like following like accounts on Instagram and stuff,
Mhm.
and then I've just like slowly been more out there and like exploring new places that I knew that existed, but I've never visited. So that's been pretty nice.
It's you know what, that's crazy because a lot of people like locals like in certain like very touristy places don't actually do any of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like they, like you're saying, they know about it, but they don't like actively pursue and try to do any of the stuff. Like it's crazy
Yeah.
because when I go to Ghana, I'm trying to do things,
Mm.
and my dad is like, why? You know, like you grew up here. You're
Plain
not a tour.
why?
Yeah, like you're not a tourist. Like, why do you need to? I'm like, you live in this beautiful country that has like nature, has all these
Mm-hmm.
monuments and crazy things, historical crazy things, and you don't go to them.
Yeah. And we have so many like I feel like I'm very blessed to live in a place that we like. It might be a very small island, but we have like so many beaches, and
Mhm.
everything is like not that far away. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like you can literally go from point A to point. Like this is our island. You can go from point A to point B
Yeah.
in like a
Yeah.
day. So like say if I were to live in the States, like I'll probably have to be like a road trip of like 1 day, or probably I
Mhm.
would have to get on a plane.
Mhm.
So it's great because I can just get on my car and drive, and I can get to a place. Like I can leave early in the morning,
Mhm.
get there at a decent time, enjoy it, and then come back at night. So like not a lot of
Wow.
people have the luxury to do that.
Yeah, I feel like the best you could do here is like probably going to like New York and coming back, or like
Uh-huh.
that. I feel like that would be almost the same distance. Don't
But that's
correct
like
me,
for
internet.
hours. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's like it is 4 hours. Don't correct me, internet, but it's
4 hours
yeah.
if it's like a good day where there's no traffic.
Right, right. Outside of that, it's like you're stuck in traffic for many hours, and it's not worth. I think the nearest beach that I can get to within an hour is it the one in It's probably the one in New Hampshire. I think that's the nearest beach I could get to. I'm also not a beach goer to be honest, so I'm not one of those
Okay.
beach goers because I go like maybe once every 2 years. So, so
The funny thing about the beaches is like I like going to the beach, but I get bored very easily.
mhm,
Like there are
mhm,
people that they get to the beach like very early and they stay there all day,
and do
drinking and
what?
eating, and they don't do
Oh,
anything. And I'd be like, after an hour, I'm like bored. I'm like I want to leave. So that's
yeah,
I recently purchased. I told you about this, a paddle board,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
it's been fun. I haven't been using it much. I'm like I really need to start using that because I pay for it. But yeah, I like to do like activities because I don't like to just like lay in the sand.
yeah. I think that's probably it. Like when we go, we do food, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I could have done this at home. Uh, the beautiful part about it is the sand. I like I like to be doing activities, but it's nice to like be near the water, I guess. But like to your point,
Yeah.
after like an hour or 2 hours, you're like, I need to go. Like I need
Hmm.
to find something to do, and I can't paddleboard, so maybe that'll be something I pick up whenever if ever move to like a beach town or like an island or something. But
You can kayak too.
You know what? I used to do that when I was younger. My fear of like
Yeah.
water increased as I
Uh-huh.
got older. It's crazy.
Really?
I don't know why. Because when I was younger, I was like an outdoors club, and we used to
Yeah.
do canoeing, kayaking. I think we did whitewater rafting at one point. Um, this is high school, and then after high school, I feel like my fear of water just because it's
Yeah.
like the same thing happened with height. Like I was fine with height until I got
Yeah.
older, and I'm like, now I'm like, no.
You're like, no, please.
I'm more
You
sad.
know
Like,
what? That's so funny because like this is like totally me like diverting a little bit, but like you mentioned water, and I remember when we were in college there was a year that
yeah,
we went out for a picnic and there was a
yeah,
lake and it was nice. And then the other day my friend from college texted me, she's like, wow, a year ago, like not a year ago but like x many years ago, you saved me from drowning. Like I literally thought I was gonna die. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I had no recollection of this. Like, wow, you don't remember the time you almost saved me because I almost drowned at the lake and stuff. And I just like, I don't know why that came into my head. I was like, oh, okay.
yeah. You're so heroic that you don't remember saving someone. I would have been talking about this for years. Like I would have held it over this person's head whenever I needed something. Remember when I saved you?
And she's like,
Like
wow, you don't even remember. And I'm like,
it's a
no.
blurb. It's a blurb. You're like, it's a daily job. I just save people. It's okay. Like you could have been mad cocky about it. Like it is what it is. It's what I do. You know.
I don't think it was that deep. So,
Oh, like the water?
yeah, so maybe that's why I was like, oh, I guess I'll like help you.
That's even worse. Oh my goodness! Like they could. It's like they could have stand up, but they didn't. They're just like, like
No, it wasn't like that too. Like from what I remember, like it wasn't that deep, but like if you
mm,
didn't know how to swim, it would have probably been like scary, I guess. Because
oh,
if you can reach your feet to some sort of like ground, then you're
mm-hmm.
like, so
Oh. Have you seen the video of the kid, like the little kid, that's like they trying to teach him how to swim, and he could stand up, and they told
um
I know it could be very scary for and it's scary like it's traumatic, but they told this kid in the water, and like oh he first was holding the rope, and then he fell in, and he was like freaking up, like freaking out. His mother just walked in and like
uh
stand him up, and he and just looked at his mother like. I was
no,
like,
I
come on.
haven't. I haven't
I
done
have to.
that one.
I was dying. I was like, if I'm that kid, like, I'm so embarrassed. Like, I could, but I get it in the moment. Like, you're like, yo, like, I'm
Yeah.
not. This is it. I'm about to go. But I felt that kid's pain, but I also felt embarrassed for him a little bit.
Aw, poor kid.
Oh man. Funny things that has happened, man. During this pandemic, just I, there's a lot of people being creative and like making
Mhm.
videos, keeping people entertained. So shout out to all the creators during this
For
pandemic.
sure. It's
Um,
not easy.
no, definitely not. Like this Twitter is just gold every day.
Mhm.
Like Twitter is just gold
Yeah.
every day.
Especially with TikTok, you see all this creativity, and you're like, how do these people even think about this?
Yeah, there's too many I'm gonna be honest. There's too many challenges, man.
Yeah.
Like
There,
there's
there
too.
is. Yeah.
I'm like, that's a new challenge today. Like every day. Like I don't
Yeah.
have none of that stuff. Like I don't have like a TikTok. Like, um, I feel like I got over. I don't want to. I'm like the old man on the porch because of I have Vine, and I don't want to ruin my image. Like the enjoyment I had with Vine when I was in college. You know, Vine was
Okay.
just like. So I don't want to. I don't want to get TikTok because I'm like, Vine was it for me.
Okay. I see. I see. I discovered TikTok during the pandemic, and I was like very adamant at first of like joining TikTok. I was like,
Mm,
I'm too cool for TikTok. And then I was like,
I'm too old.
fine. Yeah, I was like, fine. I guess I'll join. And then I never stopped. I have a problem.
You spend like hours scrolling through.
I
Yeah.
do every week. You know how on the iPhone it tells you like your percentage. I'm like, I know my percentage has been higher since
Yeah.
last week. You know.
Especially if you're sitting on meetings, you're like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
yep.
it's just me. I feel like I'm just too old for TikTok. Like, it's not my
No
era.
one's too old for TikTok.
It's not my
There's
era.
something for everyone.
I'm a Twitter baby. Like, Twitter is just where it's at.
Yeah,
Like,
Twitter is there for me too. Twitter's solid.
I just don't like Instagram. Like, it's like you could barely see your friends post. Like,
That's true.
you post something, or your friends post something, you don't see till the next week.
Yeah, or until like 3 days later or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I
Yeah.
was with this person. They just posted something. I didn't see it. Like, if I don't go
Hmm.
to their stuff, I don't see it. And I'm like, that defeat the purpose. It's like, it's everything is
Hmm.
just random pages you don't even follow are popping up, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. I get a lot of advertisements on Instagram now. Like when I open
Yeah,
Instagram, like
yeah.
like you said, I rarely see like posts for my friends, and I see like more advertisements and stuff.
Right. It's like if you like travel and you post something, it's like, who's seeing
Hmm.
this? Like, unless you tell your friends, and I mean, I guess it's good for like the instant grat. It's like it might cure the instant gratification that people used to have about like
Yeah.
people liking, but at the same time, it's just all advertisement now, and it's like,
And have you noticed too, like whenever I post something on Instagram, it's usually like random, not random people because they're my friends, but like people that I haven't talked to in a while,
yeah,
or people that I like forgot that I had an Instagram, like it right away. And like your friends that like,
yeah,
are constantly on Instagram and checking are the ones that like it later. And that's so weird. It's just like it's because of the algorithm that like they don't
yeah,
see it until like 3 days later.
yeah. Like what, like with that, like when you travel, it's like if you're trying to do like a travel blog, it's like it's not even worth it using Instagram anymore. You have to
Yeah.
like, I think maybe TikTok is like where is that
TikTok
best.
it would be the way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Where so besides the beach, like what else have you done?
Besides the beach. Um.
She's like,
Hmm.
oh, beach every day, every morning.
Well, I've been going to the beach a lot, and like when I say a lot, it's not like I'm there every day, but like compared to like when I moved back, like
Yeah.
I've been going a lot. But I would say like the beach. I've One of the things that I wanted to do was try out new restaurants this year.
Mhm. Mhm.
So like with the limitations of COVID and like 30% capacity, now like now you have to call ahead and make a reservation and stuff. But
Mhm.
there's been lots of cool places that I've discovered, restaurant spots. So that's been really nice.
Best
So yeah, I would
restaurant.
say,
Best restaurant you've been to so far.
ooh, Marmalade in Old San Juan.
Marmalade
Not
on someone.
sponsored.
This is not an
Did
ad.
not pay me to say this.
Imagine like your they're like,
But
hey.
okay, in all seriousness, if you come to Puerto Rico, I'm gonna take you there. It's called Marmalade. It's in Old San Juan.
Mhm.
I found about this because I wanted to do something for my birthday,
Mhm.
and it's insane. The food was so good. It's expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth every penny. I want to go back.
Damn. Okay. What is the, I guess, the meal like? What do you get like when you usually go?
Well, I've only been there once,
Uh huh.
but
Damn, and it
definitely
won you over once. God damn.
it was like a culinary experience to be like
You go somewhere once, then all of a sudden it's like, yo,
that
the
was
best spot
literally
around here.
that's been my favorite place, I swear.
That, that
Um
that's wild.
so so basically I'm probably explaining this wrong, but what it is that you pay for like I think it's up to like 5 courses. I
Mhm.
don't quote me on this. Go to the website. But basically you pay for like how many courses you want.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get like the appetizer, you get like an entree, then you get like the main course, then you get the dessert. And I didn't try that one, but my boyfriend did, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
what was it? Lobster risotto. It was so good. Oh my god, it was
Lobster
so good.
risotto. So
And
for people who love
the desserts
seafood.
were bomb.
I bet. I mean, if it won you over at once, I'm not gonna lie. I've had that experience where when we went, me and my sister went to Croatia,
Uh huh.
and I forgot what city. It's like one of the famous. It's like the famous city. Uh,
Dubrovnik or
no.
Split?
Uh, I'm blanking out. I'm blanking out. I have the image in my head, and I can't. I can't. I have like the place. We went to this Japanese restaurant. It
Yeah,
is. It was the best food I have eaten. Like Asian food I've eaten.
yeah,
I and you. I found this in Croatia.
yeah.
I,
No,
I,
I get that. That happened to me too when we went to Sweden. I had the best Mexican food in Sweden.
I don't. It's crazy. And we went back. We went back. I think we went back twice or three times. It was so
Yeah,
good. It was like, yo, all right, what we having for? We in there for lunch. What we have? You want to go back again? it was so. It was near a market too, so you get to shop around. But so I don't get
yeah.
that. That it. I don't know how that makes sense. Like you're not in the place of the originality of that food,
Hmm.
but yet it's like the best food that
It is.
you know.
Well, I remember that from this Mexican restaurant, like it was so authentic. Like I've never been to a Mexican restaurant like that before.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is like what is going on? Like you're in Sweden, and then we like asked the waiter, and the waiter told us like, oh, the owner is from Mexico. Like he lives in
Oh,
Sweden. So that like that makes
oh,
sense because
that
like he
makes
was
sense.
born and raised there, and then just happened to move to Sweden. So I
Oh,
guess like he knows like about flavors and stuff, but you still have to get like the chefs to do it. So
yeah, right, right. I mean, it was pretty much all Japanese people. But at the same time, it was just like you didn't expect that here. We just saw
yeah.
it. It just looked nice on the outside. Um, and like it was in the marketplace, and I was like, no, let's go try it. And I was like, oh,
Hmm.
yeah. But I guess it makes sense. It's like if I went to China, and I had the best Ghanaian food. Like I'll be like, what,
Yeah.
right? But there is a lot of Ghanaians there. They literally have a town.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a bunch of restaurants, but it's like I wouldn't expect to. I wouldn't expect to have the best meal
Yeah.
there, you know. And I think that's what throws me off. But what can you do? So you been the restaurant best one you've been to was Marmalades?
Marmalade.
Marmalade. Okay.
Hmm.
And okay, so then your favorite spot you visited so far or activity you have done so far during the pandemic?
Ooh. Okay, so I went to this beach called Crash Boat
Mhm.
in this town called Aguadilla in Puerto Rico,
Mhm.
and I really loved it. So I like even before the pandemic, like my coworkers would talk about it or like all the time, like oh Crash Boat, Crash Boat, Crash Boat, Crash Boat, and then my boyfriend was like, oh like I've been to Crash Boat too, and then so when I we went on a getaway because it was like a long weekend,
Mhm.
and we finally went, and it was oh, I had so much fun. The water was so clear, and the day was just
Damn.
perfect. I took my paddleboard. Um, it was I loved it. I loved it. Yeah,
Damn, that's
I want to go back.
crazy. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's so. Was it like, was it like a lot of people there? Usually, when you go to the with the pandemic, do you see more people you think or less people?
Um, I would say that the beaches are crowded, but
Mm.
I feel like it's better to be at a beach where it's like you're out in the
Outside,
open than being at
yeah,
a like in a mall. Like I
that's
don't
true.
know.
Are people wearing?
So
I don't think people are wearing masks at the beach.
you see people wearing masks, but when you get in the water, like you're not gonna wear your mask, or
Obviously.
like
Imagine.
if you're gonna go to like a kiosk and like buy something to
Mm-hmm.
eat, then like you'll wear it. But I know that some people are like hesitant about that because like some people do take off their mask when like they go in the water or when they come back and stuff. But I'm just like I just try to keep like a
A
relatively safe
distance. Yeah.
distance.
Yeah.
So
At this point, it's like you do all you can, and some people that have like done taken every
yeah.
precaution, they still end up getting hit. It's crazy.
Mhm.
So you never know. But to exactly what you said. As long as you're more precautious about it, then
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
So beach towns, it seems like beaches and beach towns and food has been like the go-to.
Yes. 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 Yeah. I wonder what I can do like because this year I said like my goal for this year was to go to like more restaurants that I've heard about but never been.
Mhm.
But I'm hoping like my mom and I we want to go to Colombia
Mhm.
and by November of this year. I mean, I don't know if it will happen,
Mhm.
but we're hoping that we can like go somewhere outside of the island. So we'll see.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Bali and
Mhm.
Japan in
Ooh.
October for my 30th with my
Uh
girl,
huh.
and that didn't happen. I was pretty bummed because I was
Yeah.
actually looking forward to that. Like that was something I was
That's
like,
amazing. Yeah.
right, it was gonna be great. And then our trip to Arizona got canceled. We was gonna
Mm.
go to the Grand Canyon. Is that Arizona? Yes, the Grand Canyon, and that got canceled. Like so many trips just
Mhm.
canceled last year. We did some
Yeah.
local stuff. We went upstate New York
Mhm.
instead, and then we went to Finger Lakes and Poconos, New York and Pennsylvania, and just
Ooh.
hiked and ventured out and
Yeah.
outdoorsy stuff. It's like outdoorsy stuff. We've like done it exactly what you're saying, like the getaway, where
Yeah.
we rented like a Airbnb in New Hampshire and like hiked and did like activities with like the family.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's
it's just
nice.
like yeah, but it's just like you can't really. I haven't. I've seen an airport because I dropped my sisters off at the airport, but I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't
I
like
haven't seen an airport in a year. I'm like, what does an airport even look like?
right. That's I miss it. I miss going to different countries. 2019, I was barely in the United States, man. Like every 2-3 months, I was going somewhere, and
Mhm.
then it's like sit down, for a whole year. I mean, I guess for
Sorry if you hear my
savings.
dog in the background.
Oh, that's fine. That's whenever
This
whenever we
is live,
record.
people.
Whenever we record, Will sometimes has his dog too, so it's a familiar sound. This is live, people.
This
It's
is
not.
live.
Oh, that's funny. Well, yeah, I'm excited for like after. Actually, I don't even know when it's gonna be possible to be back outside, like
Mhm.
normal, like before. So, but
Yeah.
hopefully, I want to go back to Ghana, obviously, and then I'm
I've
gonna be
always
honest.
said that I wanted to go to Ghana. I'm just waiting for you to go so I can go and know some people.
It's like like I always do to my friends, like, "Oh, you're moving, great, go do it." So you have
Yeah.
places to go and like bum up. Yeah, definitely, you're more than welcome to come, man.
I
Every one
want
of my
to.
friends, legit, everybody, like every one of my friends, because of last time I went to Afro Nation, Afrochella, and a couple like big festivals,
Yeah.
and like I have videos, and so everybody was like, "Oh my god, I need to go, I need to go." I'm like, in December is just crazy. A lot of
Mhm.
even now, a lot of tourists, like the
Mhm.
young, African and descendants from the like diaspora, all like flying in. It's
Whoa.
insane. That's like
That's,
so many things happening.
yeah.
It's kind of calmed down this year, obviously. So
Mhm.
December is like the best month to go.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
you're more than welcome, man. You guys could
Yes.
come down, venture.
I'm going.
Yeah, for sure. Like I haven't been to Puerto Rico yet, so after the pandemic, hopefully, we
Yes.
could come down there, and I want to see this beach and this crazy restaurant you've been talking about.
Definitely. Oh my, be prepared to spend a lot of money.
Why?
Because it's like it's I don't know, it's expensive, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Like you're gonna get the bill and you're gonna be like, whatever. Here's the card. It was so
Definitely,
good. Okay,
definitely not
maybe
one of.
not. Maybe like check that everything is like in accordance to like your
Like I
bill.
just I just ordered bread. Why is this $300? I just ordered a bread. I guess the bread was that good. but damn, a splash of oil is like $20. Like what?
A
It's great.
splash of oil
Like, can I get some? It's like
plus
Olive
tax.
Garden. Plus, oh my god, plus tax. That's the worst. It's like $101, and then they hit you the 99 at the end. Like what? What the fuck? That's funny.
I
Uh,
know.
they do that in Vegas. Like I remember we ordered. I wanted like tomatoes with my avocado toast. They was like,
Uh
oh
huh.
yeah, yeah, sure, sure. And I was like, and they kept pestering us. Oh, you want coffee? I'm like, yeah, yeah. Is I thought the coffee
Oh.
is free. I thought it's complimentary.
Oh no.
I was like, I thought the coffee was free. I thought the slice of tomato would be is part of the meal. Each
Oh man,
tomato was
how
like
much do they charge you for a slice of tomato?
$2. $2 for two. So it's like $4 for two slices of tomatoes. And then
Oh
they
my
charge us
god.
$4 for the coffee. I'm like, whoa, buddy. So it's like was like
Dang.
what, $8 extra for no
Yeah.
reason. Literally,
Oh.
I'm like they just got us. Like at that point, it's your fault. They asked you, you said yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Dang.
Yeah, it's very expensive there. So if you go, don't let them sucker you into like adding stuff to
Okay. I'll only pay extra for avocado. That's it. I won't pay for anything else.
the. Is avocado cheap on the island? I'm assuming.
I honestly don't know the answer to that.
Oh.
I haven't paid attention, so I don't know.
Oh,
I'll check.
my fault. You know, you get the bill slide to you.
I
I
mean,
just
probably.
you probably
It's
not
probably
paying.
like
You
expensive.
probably
I
not
have
paying.
no
That's why. You definitely not paying. That's why.
pay. I do pay.
Lola's not the one paying everybody. It's okay. I
I
wish I had it like
pay.
that too.
He pays, and I like to pay too because it's not
Hmm.
fair.
Yeah. I bet
I
she's
am
rolling
that
his eyes back
person.
there. I bet she's rolling his eyes back there like, yeah, okay.
He's on his phone.
He's gonna slide you the bill next time like, yeah, remember you said you paid? That's gonna be so funny. Oh, how you get
Oh yeah.
yourself in trouble on the podcast? That's hilarious.
No, but in
Well,
all seriousness, though, I feel like food is expensive. Like
in
when
Puerto
we go
Rico
out.
in general, or
Yeah. No, here. And like groceries are expensive.
has it been like since you've been back? Is during the pandemic hasn't gone up? Because that's
No,
what
I
happened
just
here.
I just feel like since I moved back to Puerto Rico, so
Hmm.
because like, as you know, I was living in London before,
Right.
and like London is expensive, but the groceries were so cheap. I was just like, I
Okay.
don't understand this. And then here, when I moved back, I find that like going out to eat is expensive, and I find that like grocery shopping is really expensive too.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would think London would be more expensive, but I guess. Damn.
Yeah, going out to eat in London is really expensive, but groceries, I would like spend £20 on groceries in London.
Oh, that's not bad. That's actually really good.
That's super cheap.
Yeah.
That's super cheap.
And how much you spending now here?
I literally went food shopping yesterday and got a few things, and it was like $170. I was like, what?
Is it because maybe the it's imported most of the stuff? Is that why? Because that's the same thing in Hawaii because they import so many goods. It's so expensive.
Maybe.
Damn, that sucks. That sucks for the locals, right? Because tourism has tourism slowed down?
I'm sorry?
Has tourism slowed down?
Tourism? Yes, but there's been a lot of promotion of like local tourism with people that live here so they can keep like tourism alive. But yeah, especially like during the pandemic when we first started, it was bad.
Mm. So what is I guess if I'm coming to PR, what are the places that you suggest somebody to visit?
Ooh, okay. I'm definitely so I live disclaimer. I live in I live in Puerto Rico, but I recently like I moved back like 2 years ago. So like any other tourist, I'm kind of also like rediscovering like places to
That's pretty
see and
dope.
go.
That's
So
pretty dope though.
yeah, it is. But like sometimes when people ask me that, I'm just like I don't know what to say. But so I guess here are my places. Old San Juan for sure
Mm-hmm.
because you have to go to Old San Juan.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah.
I would say okay. So there's this place called Piñones,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically like they sell like deep fried foods,
Ooh, that sounds
and
good.
yeah, it's really good. I get this. I really like this thing called bacalaitos, which is like I don't even know how to describe that, but everything is basically fried. It's really good, and I would say Rincon too because that's where I recently went, and
Mm-hmm.
I I had never been as someone that was born here,
Mm-hmm.
so I really enjoyed it. There's like a surfer community down there, so it's pretty cool. So I would say those places for now. El Yunque, which is like a national rainforest. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'll get back to you on that.
I like that rainforest one.
Yeah,
I like rainforest. I have an obsession
I
with
think you
trees,
would
by the way.
definitely like that.
I have obsessions with specific trees. Like
Oh.
legit. Like yeah, it's crazy. Like when I went to Italy, like they have I know the name. It's like similar to like the bonsai tree, where it's like
Oh
it's
yeah,
so
yeah,
tall, and I think Italy has a lot of them. It's so
yeah.
tall. It's
Mhm.
like at least where the Assumption campus is. Is that Rome? Yeah, Assumption campus on
Yes.
it's in Rome. So
Yes.
like where I think where this the campus is, there's the bus that takes you to like take the train if you're going to Milan or if you're catching a flight or whatever,
Uh huh.
or the airport. So we went to one of the buses. They had like a line of these trees. It was like it's so tall and like it's just the stems are like at the top, like the leaves are like you
Mhm.
don't see anything. It's just like and it's very decorative. But
I remember that too. I remember when I was there. There was trees that looked straight out of like the Lion King.
yeah, yeah, like that.
I was
Yes,
like,
yes, yes,
what?
like that
They're
one.
so crazy.
I don't know the name of it, but I have like an obsession with them. Like I
Yes,
have
but to
like
be more specifically, like the one where Rafiki lives, like that tree. I swear, I saw a tree like in Italy that was just like that. I was like, this is like straight up from like the Lion King.
That's pretty crazy. Oh my god, I would have probably freaked out if I saw it. Like I love it. I know Africa has a bunch of them, but
Yeah.
we went to this restaurant. I went to this restaurant with my dad when I was there when I went to visit, and there was this like there. It's like it's like a mountain. The restaurant's sitting like on a like a slope, and so like you see all, and then there's this one tree that just passed you. I'm like, this can't be just one tree. Like, it's why is it so fucking tall? But you didn't see anything. It's just the trunk all the way up, and then it's just the. I'm like, God, that's dope. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's like so. I definitely I love trees, so I definitely have like the rainforest one for sure.
You would love it. You would love it. Okay, mental note, I have to take you there when you come visit.
Yes, literally after the pandemic, one of the first places I have to go to.
Yes.
My best friend is Puerto Rican. He's been like a couple times, and I always say I would go with him, but I never.
Yeah.
So I need to go this time. I need to go.
You
Um,
have to.
any other recommendations? We're winding down here. Any other places or anything that's dope that you have done in this pandemic
Let me
that
see.
you forgot to mention?
Well, I think I've mentioned them all. I just like, yeah, I visited more the beach this time around. I think like when we started our lockdown and there was like you couldn't do anything, that's where I really started to have a newfound appreciation for the beach. Because like before I was like whatever, like I don't care. And then I was like, oh my god, I didn't know what I was missing, blah blah blah. And then when the
Yeah.
beach, like when the beaches started opening back, then I just like, I don't know, I started appreciating them more. So I made a point to like visit them more often.
Yeah, mine was like I bought a bike 2 years ago.
Okay.
Cause I thought it would be cool to have a bike. I said okay,
Mhm.
so I bought a bike. I bought a bike, and I didn't use it as much. Like I used it like maybe once or twice. And I was kind of scared to like ride it on the road. And
Yeah.
then during the pandemic, my cousin also bought a bike, and like I saw him like
Mhm.
riding everywhere as a workout. I'm like, huh. So I connected with him, and then we would go bike riding like as a workout, like miles,
Yeah.
miles. So I'm like, oh,
Ah,
this was during the summer, so that's been like one of
uh-huh.
the dopest shit I've done like in the last year. Was
Nice.
just I'm like, oh my god. So then I started doing more of that, and then me and my sister would do like circuit training on the lawn, like. It's been like that's one of the dopest things I think the pandemic. It's like you could turn anything into an activity,
Mhm.
especially in New England where
Yeah.
there isn't like crazy beaches or like outdoor stuff.
Mhm.
But that's
I
been
think
dope.
like that reminds me of like a quote that I saw early on when the pandemic was like really like full force. And I think it's true because I feel like it's like I don't know, I don't remember exactly like word by word, but it was something like if you don't take this time to like really like align your
Mm-hmm.
priorities, or if you don't really change at all, then you really lost this big opportunity. Because I feel
Yep.
like a lot of people have been in that stage of their lives where they're just like, okay, like what am I doing with my life? What do I like to do?
Mm-hmm.
Like so many people that are being so creative because they have like more time because they're at home that they can like really work on their craft. And just for me, it's been like it don't get me wrong, it sucks, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's really allowed me to like put a lot of things in perspective and kind of like cancel out what doesn't necessarily like benefit me, and more like, okay, what's gonna make me a better person when I come out of this, and like when I'm like 90 and I have grandchildren, be like, well, back in the pandemic, this is what I learned.
Oh, that yeah, there's so many memes out there for that. It's like they're saying like no the new generation dance with their hands. And they were like when the club opened 25 years from now and like you,
That's
all the
very lamentable, I have to say. There's been so many good bangers that came out last year, and
it's
I was
like
like, damn, there was no club to go to.
well at this point you're gonna go and they're gonna be old enough to be clubbing with you and you wouldn't even know the dances. It's
Yeah,
like
I
it's a
feel
whole
like
damn workout.
once like everything goes back to normal,
Yeah.
like the clubs are gonna have to do like, I don't know, they're gonna have to do like the year 2020 hits or like something, so like people can like dance
No.
at all.
It's always gonna be back to like the early 2000 bangers, like the Dirty Wines and all the
Yeah,
Shankins things, and whenever that goes off, our generation is gonna go off, and then I'm like, all right, this is for the TikTok era, and then it's like, oh, okay, all right, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home. I'm 40-year old. Like I can't keep up. The pandemic
yeah,
just let out. Like I gotta go back.
yeah. By the time like the pandemic is over, we're not gonna be at a club. We're just gonna be at home.
You know what's crazy? Like this is like completely like it was related to the pandemic, but it's like we used to let people blow on our cakes, and or people would blow on a cake and then you eat it.
Yeah,
Like, that's nasty. If like think
yeah,
about it,
that's true.
like
That's
people
true.
blow on cakes and then you eat it. And I'm like,
I
think,
know. And like all of that saliva, like you don't see like in, in your cake and you're like literally cutting pieces
I'm
and
like,
like
yo,
giving it to people.
that's nasty. Like, think of like a
Yeah,
lot of like things that we did that was so unsanitary. It's like this thing
yeah.
has put everything in perspective.
I'm
Like,
kind of glad that I don't live in a big city, to be honest, like for the pandemic, just because like I I have anxiety, I have major
yeah,
OCD, so I would
yeah.
just be like I would be a mess. At least like like public transportation for me is my car, so I don't have
Hmm.
to worry. But like if
Hmm.
I were to stay in the subway, I would be like I don't know how like what I would do.
Yeah. It's insane. Like, think, yeah. Now I feel like there was one thing that came out last year. They cleaned the New York trains for like the first time in like 20 some years.
I saw that and I was screaming because I was like, as someone that used to live there for almost 3 years, and the
That's
subways were
nasty.
disgusting,
That's
disgusting, and
nasty.
now they're like super clean, and I'm like, really, like it had like a pandemic had to come for you guys to finally
That's
clean
that's
the
so
train.
nasty. I was like, oh my! Imagine all the filth that came off, like the rats and everything touching stuff, and you're finally my
Gross.
days. Like the cleanest train system I've ever seen with my eyes is in Germany. Like that shit was clean.
Yeah.
It was so clean. I think Hamburg. It was so clean. Oh my god. It was amazing. Anyways, but but I'm happy that at least during this pandemic you have put a lot of things in perspective. You're enjoying life, which is great because a lot of people in this crazy time it's kind of tough, but finding happiness, has been great.
And you know what? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I may seem like very like cheerful and like having fun with
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
but like honestly, like 20, like many people, 2020 was a really bad year for
It
me.
was. It
Like,
was. It sucked.
yeah, it's like it sucked. Like everyone was like in a really, I was like in a really low. I many were, and I just feel like yeah, kind of like okay, kind of figuring out what no longer serves you, and also like it helps it's a new year. So
Hmm.
we have a new president. Thank God. It just feels like it's like things are gonna finally like align
Ah,
again and
I
everything will
love
be
it.
okay.
I love it. Oh man, it's crazy. I think about this all the time. Like since January, like since Joe took office, um, doesn't it feel refreshing? And I feel like I'm missing something,
Yeah.
but not to
I
see
I'm
tweets about like
I'm definitely
craziness.
yeah. Like literally like you see Twitter and you see like his tweets and they're so presidential and you're like there's a plan, there's things that are established, like
Yeah,
shit is getting done.
yeah.
And
I
you're
actually
like, we're
block.
gonna be okay.
I need to unblock that account because I actually blocked the presidential account. Um,
Yeah.
4 years
Oh
ago.
yeah, that's the first thing I did after inauguration. I was
I
like,
need to go. I
well,
need
let
to
me
go and
go
block
follow
it.
him.
I need to go and block it because I need to get because I'm not seeing like retweets because before I used to see retweets all the time of
Yeah.
like crazy crap and I'm like, huh, it's been it's been almost a month and I haven't seen any crazy retweets. That's kind of
It's been
refreshing.
sort of normal.
Yeah, it brought some sort of like calm, like for
Mhm.
what it's worth. It brought some type of like calm. And I know there's other shit that's going on in the world that's crazy, like Myanmar, a lot of crazy shit. Like for
Yeah,
people that
that's wild.
travel, um, like this is not a political podcast, but like that shit crazy what's going on down there. So,
Hmm.
um, outside of that, I forgot what other crazy things around the world that I read about
Russia,
recently.
the whole thing, like
Yeah, yep.
with that guy, I forgot his name. So there's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
like the world is still like insane, but at the same
yeah.
time, it just feels like there's a sort of like normalcy coming
Yeah.
back in a
Yeah.
weird way.
Some I forgot. Like, there's a country in East Africa where they voted somebody in, and the president's like, "Nah, I'm not stepping down." I'm like,
He's like,
what?
not for me.
Like, get this man out of here. Like get this man out of here. Like, so it's no, there's still some crazy shit happening, but I'm
Yeah.
just happy that at least, at least, you don't have to wake up and see like crazy tweets about some nonsense and it's
Hmm.
so. But
That's true.
um, thank you for joining today. I know Will
Thank
couldn't
you
make
for
it.
having me. I
Um,
wanted to be you've literally like made one of my dreams come true to like be a
to be
guest
on
on
a
the podcast.
well, thanks for sharing your perspective of what's happening around the world, and also obviously what's going down in PR. Gotta come down once pandemic is over. Um,
Yes.
I don't want to be irresponsible citizen. Um,
Okay.
and I wanna stay, you know, and then once everything is done, I'll start traveling again. So we really appreciate you joining um, today on the
Thanks for
adventures of
having
Mr.
me.
Nancy and Mr. WP. No problem. Thank you so much. And I will catch you later. Thanks everybody. Thank you for listening. And Paola, that's her full name. It's kind of weird, calling you by your full name, but you can check her out on what's your social.
Yes, so my social is Paola Trabanco. You're gonna have to put that somewhere.
You're gonna have to text it to me, and I'll put it in
I'll
the
text it to
description.
you. And
Yeah,
then if you guys want to follow my yoga page, it's
yeah,
PAO Yoga PR.
yeah. And her exercises are actually bomb. I'm telling you, I'm gonna touch my toes.
Yes.
With that being said, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, bye.